Hi YouTube, this is the Peaceful Prepper. Today I want to tell you about a couple of ways that your smartphone could be used like a walkie-talkie if the internet and cell service aren't available. I just heard about these very recently. One is a free app that's available on iPhone and Android called FireChat, and I believe it was released less than a year ago. The other is an antenna or antenna-like device called GoTenna. It's quite expensive and it won't be released until the spring or summer of this year, 2015, but I'd never heard of a similar product, so I thought I'd tell you about it. Will these replace your walkie-talkies? Probably not, but I think the advantage of both of these are they add another feature to your smartphone which can, or maybe should, already include a library of downloaded information, emergency information, maps, emergency contacts and personal contacts, music, entertainment. It can already be used as a source of news and weather and even a police scanner. I'll link my other videos on free apps for smartphones that have emergency applications below. And as long as you can charge your cell phone, it can have a lot of functionality in a small package, whether there's cell service or not. FireChat is a free app for smartphones, and I'll put a link for more information in the description box. Its main function is as a regular chat room app. And like all apps like this, it lets you chat with people nationally, maybe worldwide, through the cell network or the internet. But it also has a nearby function. The nearby function lets you send messages to phones with this app if they're within a 200-foot range, whether there's cell service or internet or not. Well, without cell service or internet. Obviously, this could be very useful in an emergency or for times when you're far away from a cell tower. I'll be glad to have this app with me every day. It could be a great backup communication option in an emergency. If there was an earthquake or some kind of explosion that left you trapped in a building without cell service, you could send a message to any cell phone that has this app within its range and ask for help. In a city, there are usually a lot of people within a 200-foot range. Now, obviously, its effectiveness will depend on how many people have the app on their phones. I don't believe it can reach anyone who doesn't have the app. It can also be used to what they call multi-hop, which they say will extend its potential range, and if someone in the communication line has access to the internet, then the whole communication can be shared online. This is a new app for me, and so far, when I've checked the nearby feature, there hasn't been anyone in range. But I'm in the Boston area, and we just received another foot or two of snow, which makes over 5 feet in about 2 weeks. So there isn't a lot of activity around here right now. The GoTenna works even more like a walkie-talkie. You and your partner each carry one in order to be able to send texts between your cell phones without cell service. Well, it really acts like an antenna for a walkie-talkie, rather. But it's expensive. To pre-order two, it costs $150. It's also a brand new product that isn't coming out until the spring or summer of this year. So I don't really know anything about this product, whether it will be effective, certainly not whether it's worth the cost, and I have absolutely no connection with the company. I generally only share free apps in a video because I like being able to add capabilities to my smartphone without spending a lot or really without spending any money. But I thought the emergency potential of this type of technology was really interesting and thought I'd share it with you. There may be other brands that use the same technology, and if it works the way they say it will, I'm sure other versions will pop up. But it seems like a new kind of product, and this is the only one I've heard of. It's also got a much greater range than the FireChat app. Like walkie-talkies, the range is going to depend on what kind of interference is between you. But they claim for city streets, it's a half mile to a mile. In the forest, it's 2 to 3 miles. On the water and in the desert, where there'd be the least interference, it's 4 to 6 miles. It has a strap on the back so that it can be hung from a bag or a backpack. They say that keeping it outside of your bag and as high as possible will improve the range. I'd love to hear what you think about these, and if you know of any other options that let you use your cell phone for communication even if cell service isn't available. I've already downloaded FireChat onto my phone. It's free, doesn't add any weight or bulk to what I carry around every day, and it gives me another tool in an emergency. Win-win-win. The GoTenna hasn't been released yet, and I have no idea what it will be like in practice. I probably won't buy the GoTenna myself, but I'm really intrigued by the technology and its possibilities. If my emergency plan involved using walkie-talkies for ongoing communication with someone within the same area, and I could afford it, and it might be a really good option. Especially if something happened unexpectedly. We might not carry our walkie-talkies around every day, but we probably do carry our cell phones, and this could just be added to a bag. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Be safe, be happy.